Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble this cute sheep applique pattern. Here's how to make it. Alright, this is the video showing how to assemble the sheep applique pattern if you are not using a light box. And so the first thing you're going to need to do is prepare all of your pieces. That means fuse your fusible adhesive piece to the back of your fabric and then cut all the pieces out on the solid lines. The dotted lines within each piece are placement guides. Those show you where other applique pieces are going to sit on top of this piece, and you do want to transfer those over to the fabric side. And the solid lines are stitching guides, so those are going to show you where you're going to actually stitch some detail lines on the finished block. And those I transfer using just a Sharpie, a simple fine tip Sharpie. It is a permanent pen, but you are going to stitch over it with black thread, so it really doesn't matter that the marker is permanent because you're never going to see it again. So once you get all of your pieces cut out and prepared, it is time to start assembling. And I just want to point out, I do have a placement guide that will tell you which piece is what. So like if you pick up an ear piece and you want to know is piece number 2 the left ear or the right ear, you've got that covered in the placement guide. So just pointing that out before we go on. All right, so we are going to start with the curly body at the bottom of this sheep. So I do most of my patterns what I call snapshot style. So I want it to look like I snapped a photo of this sheep and zoomed in on his face. So he has a body, the body's just not showing in the photo. And to get that illusion, I line the straight edge at the bottom of this piece up with the straight edge at the bottom of this block. So when I sew them all together, that is going to be caught in the stitching line, and it will give the illusion of a snapshot where you've just zoomed in. If you prefer to make your blocks what I call emoji style, where they're floating in the middle of the block, I recommend leaving off the shoulder piece and just floating the head there in the middle. So the head is what's going to come next. And then we're going to tuck some ears in there. So I'm going to start with ear number 3 here. That's going to tuck over on this side. And I know that I'm going to tuck it under until that line that I transferred is hidden behind the head. I'm going to do the same thing with the other ear. And I'm going to tuck it. And what you'll find is that this other line kind of becomes continuous, and that's where the curly head at the top is going to cover that. So let's put that piece in next. We have a great big curly mop at the top of his head. And we're just going to place that on until all those lines are covered. And then we know we have a good amount of overlap. I'm just going to tuck this ear up a little bit more. There we go. Now I will put his nose in place. You'll notice that I used lighter colors to mark most of my placement guides. That's because I don't want those lines to show through to the front. So if I had used like a black marker on those ears, that might show through to this light colored face. But the eyes and nose, I always applique with solid black fabric. And so I can do those placement guides with my black marker because it's not going to show through the black fabric. And you don't have to do the eyelashes if you don't want to. I just think they're super cute. All right, so I like where everything is. Now I'm going to fuse it all in place. Just follow the directions on whatever brand of fusible adhesive you are using. I use Heat and Bond Light in all of my quilts, but you definitely want to follow the directions as far as the amount of time that you fuse, whether it's with steam or without steam. Just follow those instructions so you get a good solid fuse. Then I will do all of the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and show you the finished block and also show you 2 other sheep I made in different colors. All right, here is one of the finished sheep I made. On this one, I did do the optional eyelashes because I think that they are super cute. But here's a couple of other versions that I made. I really like this version all in grays. I just like how that looks, especially on the gray background. I'm thinking I might want to do almost like a black and white, but all shades of gray sample of any one of my quilts. I haven't decided yet which one. And I've got one more. This one is the total opposite of a black and white quilt. Totally bright, crazy colors. This is for a lunar zodiac bundle that I'm putting together where all of the animals are in bright gemstone colors and all of the background blocks are red. But that is 3 different versions of the same sheep pattern. You can get it at shinyhappyworld.com. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.